Hello everyone, everything and everywhere, and welcome back to yet another video. Now, you may be noticing here, we have a little extra person here, and that is because we are going to be collaborating on a little project. Now, as some of you may know, Whimsicraft Season 1 is coming to a close fairly soon. So, me and Toby are going to work together to get some stuff done at the base. So thank you so much, Toby, for helping.
Yeah.
So
the plan is to get some of this.
Yep.
Get it over there.
Get this over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
should be a fun time. So
yeah,
it's a lot of work, but it looks great. So
yeah,
should be cool.
I think with both of our powers combined, we'll be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
I think after that, it's just interior, and then I think my base is finished.
Ooh, that's cool. I didn't know you were so close.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I guess you could say it's forest growth.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, it's actually a fairly simple set of resources to get wood, leaves, moss, and miscellaneous rubbish. So yeah, I guess we'll work together to pull some stuff together. Probably buy a bunch of stuff from Fusey, and then
probably.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a leaf shop, but it'll be fun.
Yeah. You got another hoe, right?
Yeah. I don't have it on me, but it's in my ender chest.
Lovely.
I mean, I haven't really done forests, so whatever's gonna work the best.
I like to work out the density with netherrack, and then kind of slowly replace it with actual trees.
Okay. Right. So, you may have noticed some things have changed. I know Toby's explained this, but we have gotten rid of all the grass and ferns and flowers and everything around here. Fern, don't pay attention to that. We have placed down these netherrack blocks, and basically what these blocks represent are where the trees are gonna go. So everywhere you see a netherrack block is basically where a tree is gonna be, and there's a lot, and this is why we have 2 people, folks.
It's a scary amount.
Scary amount, but if we pull it off, it's gonna look great. So when we pull it off, it's gonna look great. But
yeah, don't have all the time in the world.
Exactly.
We'll see how it goes.
We will see.
But step by step. So the next thing that we want to do really is not to actually build any of these trees, but to kind of have a feel for how the floor is going to be, because to be honest, some of the terraforming around here is questionable because it's all natural generation. So maybe we want to try and smooth some stuff out, make it feel a little bit nicer to look at, and then we can start considering whether we want to texture the floor or start building some trees. We'll see what we feel like is going to work for this area, because it's just so daunting. Even like sectioning pieces off and like kind of trading them and giving them to each other to do and stuff. Yeah, let's do some more cleaning and prepping to procrastinate making progress.
Yeah. So I think what we need to do to start off with is just kind of anything that kind of looks kind of jank. Just kind of maybe just get rid of this whole thing. Yeah.
Try and round it out.
Yeah. Every time we rounded it out, it just got smaller and smaller. All right. So I streamed today, and I got a little bit of work done on the coastline. But if we free cam a little bit here, we still got a lot of work to go around. So I'm probably just going to be working on this off camera, and you'll probably see it just kind of, popping along with the progress of the rest of the build, because I don't really want to be, you know, coming in every now and then to just be like, hey, I placed a few more blocks, now we're 1/5 of the way done, now we're 2/5 of the way done. I know you guys don't like that, so I'm just gonna be doing that off camera, and then with all this being done that I record, you guys can look at that during that. So, yep, that's the plan. Just check in and tell you guys what I'm doing. All right. Well, it is the same day, and I have probably been building at this for about 4 to 5 hours, continuously. But if we fly around, oh man, oh man, we have a shoreline. We have a shoreline, and it wraps all the way around the islands. And I'm really happy with the way it turns out. So if we do a little free cam here and we go on up, we can see from an aerial perspective just how it looks around the entire island. And I think it really distinguishes it a lot better than it was before. So now that that shoreline is done, I think it is about time. I guess we just gotta start. If we don't start on storage, it's never gonna happen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start digging down a little bit. What I was thinking, let me go get some torches. What I was thinking is that, oh no, there's gravel and stuff here. Oh. What I was thinking is that we would go for a bit of a circle here. So I'm gonna try and get a nice big rounded circle. All right, so the radius of this circle is 10 blocks, or I guess it's 11 including the center. I don't know, but the diameter is actually 21 blocks. So this is a fairly sizable circle, and I think it's gonna be just enough for what we want to do it for. Now, it's not too far under our little flower bit. So if we go here, it's just a little bit of a drop. So here's what we're gonna do. I want to get some stairs or something and make basically a little thing around the top and the bottom, kind of like this, you know what I'm saying? And this middle bit is gonna be glass, and this glass is going to be hiding some of the other miscellaneous items that we have. For example, if we go to my ender chest, we have things such as my head box and my mini whimsies and all that, and just some general stuff that's been just strewn about. So this can be cut into 4 quadrants, right? So quadrant 1 can be different heads, quadrant 2 can be mini whimsies, quadrant 3 can be miscellaneous. Then I don't know what quadrant 4 would be, but we can figure this out. We can figure it out. We're smart here. But ooh, maybe quadrant 4 could be like my riches, since the season is ending soon. Whoa, where'd this guy come from? You can't spawn in here. Yeah, maybe my diamond blocks and stuff. Ow. Since I don't really need the riches if the season is ending soon. Not gonna include some of these where it's just kind of like miscellaneous diamonds. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, cool. So now we have an idea for our storage room. Yeah, we're so smart. We're so cool. We got so much work done. Now let's go put away all the stone and stuff and throw it into our horrendous storage for no apparent reason. Yay! Let's see here. What do we want our wood type to be? Because there are a few options. Now, first, I don't think we have any acacia, which is really unfortunate because really all we need is one acacia trapdoor. But I don't think we have any. I'm gonna have to buy acacia when I don't even need it that much. Stupid game, stupid game, stupid game. Now that we have 64 acacia logs when all we need is 6 planks, we can do this. And now we can just real quick go boop boop. There we go. Just a nice little cover for it. Then we can go yoink. And when we go out, we go, yeah. Then we close it again. Cool. I think what I want to do for the ceiling is probably go like moss with some hanging roots and stuff. Just because I feel like that's what makes the most sense for this, right? I feel like spruce is gonna be pretty much one of our only options because we don't really use any other wood in this build except for the boat, but that doesn't really connect. So I feel like spruce is probably gonna have to be our only option because any other wood, except for maybe like pale oak or cherry, would feel out of place. Yeah, like that. And that's gonna go all the way around. I think that feels good. Yeah, I think, what? I think that's going to be good. I think that's gonna be good. Spruce is a very, versatile wood type. So, I think it can be pretty much used in most situations. So I'm gonna get back to you when I have the stairs going all the way around. Guys, am I crazy? I just came back from getting more wood. There's no one else on... Hello? 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 So now here we are. And I'm really actually liking how it's looking. However, I've come to the thought of how do I want to split up these quadrants? Because there are several ways that I can do it. Let me just take some of this so I can kind of mark it out better. Option 1 is the option I was just kind of already thinking of doing. Let me just get some more light in here. So, you know that feeling when, you just kind of realize that the thing you just built is, off center? Not only am I going to have to destroy all of these stairs that I just placed down, but also move the entire room over 1 block. Guys, I've been non-stop, continuously on the Whimsicraft server from basically 3 p.m. today to now, which is, at this time, 8:53 at night. Oh. All right, I'll have you guys know that took me almost 10 minutes to move this entire thing 1 block. Was it worth it? I guess. Anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about different ways to split this. So the first way I was thinking about splitting it is down the center using something like this, right? Just have some sort of thing going like that, and we do this for each one of the things. The other way is diagonally through like a thing like this. Now that way, if we do it like this, they're more actual central slices instead of kind of them being on this diagonal area. So I kind of like the diagonal bit a little bit better, so I think I might go with that one. Alright, so it is now the next day. Yesterday I spent basically 7 consecutive hours on Whimsicraft. So yeah, I just needed to go to bed. But this is the progress we have made. So oh, did not want to do that. So the roof is kind of this, has this kind of trim around it to differentiate it. There's this little opening here now with moss going all the way down. I've gotten the windows in and I've gotten the chests in with item frames ready for items to be put in. Now, the main thing that I still need to figure out is what I want the floor to be like in here. Because I really don't know. I really just don't. So, I'm gonna keep brainstorming and maybe come back to it. Alright, I think I am happy with how the floors here turned out. We now also have a way to easily get up and down. Now I do think I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's better. Actually, we're gonna make this terracotta. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, now we have a way to get up and down into floors. So now all that's left is to get all of the items in these chests, label the chests, and get the stuff behind the glass. Which means officially all we have left to complete in this base is all of the memories and the forest. And then we're done. Then we have officially completed this base. And so far, I'm extremely proud with the way it's turned out. This base has snowballed into something that I could have never expected out of myself. I feel like throughout the season, I have just gotten better at building through and through. I've learned to know my own limits and what I'm good and bad at and everything, really. And no matter if we finish this base or not, I am happy with the way it turned out. What's this guy doing here? What do you sell? Nothing good. Nothing really that good. I'll leave you alive, though. I'll leave you alive. Alright, well, if you'll come down here, you can see that we have finished our storage system. Now, not completely finished, because we still need to do the stuff behind here, but everything is sorted, and it's beautiful. Quite frankly, it's beautiful. And I think we did just a dandy job. Now, if you open this, you can see These are our shulker boxes. There's the barrel here with even more. So, yeah, we are officially sorted out. We have our storage system, and it feels so nice. It feels like a weight off my shoulders. Like oof, feels great, man.
We have obtained shulkers. Well, I've obtained
All
shulkers.
right. I've been busy.
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of stuff, and I guess what we want to do is build some trees.
Yeah.
But Krumbld doesn't know how to build the trees, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a teaching session, I guess.
Yay!
Whoa! So what we're going to do is we're going to start, I guess, just grab out some oak. If you can remember which box
In
is
here.
Oh, here we go.
It's like
Oh,
a
and
bottle
there's
of paint along.
Yeah, and then you can craft up some fences and, alright, stairs, slabs, fence gates, fences.
Yep.
And then you need to craft a little bit of the full wood blocks.
The bane of my
Because
existence.
those are used around the base a little bit.
I hate how they give you 3. It's so
So
stupid.
expensive.
It is
But-
not stupid, it's logical.
I hate it.
Consider if you have 4 blocks of logs, then you have a total
I
of
get it.
16
Yeah,
faces.
yeah.
Divide that by 3, then you have 6, which makes sense because a cube is 6-sided.
Yeah.
I just failed to climb up a 20-block tall tower of scaffolding twice.
So you're another rat.
Alright, so the process is start by, just stacking up a little bit.
Okay. Do you want me
And
to
then from
do like
here-
this one over here?
And
Or just
maybe
watch
go
you
to one
first?
a little bit further. But yeah, the most important thing with these is generally they have a bit of a lean. You can choose what direction lean you go in, but you want to lean somewhere, and generally you want to use a slab or a bit of the normal wood to try and, I guess, make an overhang
Okay.
so that it kind of, I guess, feels natural, which is of course the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of put stuff in the floor a bit. Use the fences as roots, classic stuff. As we stack up a little bit. You don't want to get too tall because these trees are a bit flatter than the others. Yep. Once you've happily stacked up a little bit, you can then do some branches outwards, and they're going to be just 1 or 2 logs. And then once some logs are in, you can kind of maybe go up and make a branch on a slightly different level. But the whole point is generally that you're just trying to make a couple of nice offshoots to, get some branches off.
Okay.
They're gonna be probably a bit flatter than that in general.
Okay.
So the trunk's gonna go up, but the branches themselves are gonna be pretty flat. And then what that means is that your height is gonna come from stairs or slabs that come off. And then from those stairs and slabs, this is where the fence gates come in, and then they kind of finish off that right thin edge of the branch. It's all about vibes, You don't wanna never overthink it, because it will immediately stop feeling natural.
Yep.
Then it's just your normal leaf spam, leaving a reasonable amount of air, but keeping it fairly normal. But for the actual trunk, that's basically it.
Right?
And then I guess the most important thing is to not have the logs showing, the log tops.
Okay.
It's super important that they're covered either by slabs or they're using the other type of wood,
Yeah.
because they are ugly. But yeah, that's how you build an oak tree.
Cool.
Generally, you don't want them to be perfect because they're trees, and trees are never look perfect. So
Yeah.
if you're not happy with something, it's actually better to just leave it, because then it looks better. And because we're going to build 12 trillion of these, it's very unlikely that anyone will ever notice.
And then how airy are these trees? Because I know the airiness of the the trees is very important.
It is varied a little bit, but to be perfectly honest, if you had a normal offshooting branch, like, come over here, let me show you this branch. So over here, if you wanted to completely cover these, you do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably remove like 1 or 2 of those.
Okay.
Maybe perhaps this one and this one. That's kind of how dense it would be everywhere.
Okay.
So I try and keep things covered because, you know, branches would have leaves on, you know?
Yeah.
Like, as much as we like air, at the end of the day, it does actually need to look like a tree.
I think the main difference between mine and yours is that your branches are a lot closer together.
Yeah, it's a bit more compact.
Yeah, mine's a lot more spread out.
Yeah, and I think if you come over to up where I'm standing over here
Mm-hmm.
and kind of look at the tree from this angle, can you see how there's like no fluffiness or air?
Yeah.
I think that's also kind of separating our styles a little bit. Not sure how you want to go about changing that if you want. But and the vines you can haphazardly spread across the trunks. And also you can kind of put them on the edges of the leaves a little bit. You want to be careful because you know how if you place a vine in a gap, it'll kind of like make a weird thick vine. You want to try and avoid that if you can.
Are these free-handed or?
Yep.
Very
Built
nice.
live on video.
Could I try my handed one? Please.
Absolutely.
I've never built a custom tree in my life.
It's mushrooms, and the mushrooms are the easiest bit because you just place like 1 or 2 near the base, wherever the light allows you, and you're done.
Okay.
Cool.
And then you've finished doing one
tree out of like
My first
50.
tree ever.
Yep. All right. What are your thoughts, Crumb?
I could have done better, but I think I did all right for my first try.
That's all you need to hear. All we need to hear is that it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like we're doing so many that it's like it really doesn't matter individual ones. And then we free cam up and we see the vast amount of progress we've made.
Yeah. But these are the hardest trees. All the other trees are actually much faster to build than these, so
Okay.
you can take comfort in that we've started with the most difficult.
Do not watch me, this is tragic.
We can start on the next style. Don't worry, phone. We can always.
I feel like we should have something like here, like in the middle of this little triangle, to be like the start of everything. Just like a little like.
What I do in
know.
gaps, if you zoom over there, see I've got some lily of the valley, and I have a little gap. I actually put some flowers in. I don't know if you're interested in flowers, but
I just want to put like a sign or something there. It's like the gang. Yeah.
Tree gang. Perfect. Rose towering with logs. Not even logs that we use.
I got no scaffolding for this job.
Just fly. Just fly up, Fern. But yeah, I think we can move on and have a tutorial for the next hardest tree, which is the spruce trees.
Yay.
There we go. And now the fun thing about this is now that we've built a substantial section with a certain amount of recording time, is that we can get a rough calculation of how long this is going to take. And it's looking like it's going to take about 40 hours, 40 man hours.
Whew.
So 20 each. Something like that.
Krumbld, what are you getting yourself into?
Sorry, Toby.
Yeah. I don't think that's too terrible, to be honest.
True, I mean, you're... knowing you. If there was one person to get on this project...
But yeah, obviously, because we were kind of like learning, we were moving slower.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, now you got a feel for the trees.
Cool.
I guess now is the time where we either have a satisfying time lapse or a bunch of jump cuts of just
Just
building
tree
as many
building.
of these as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Because I think once we get sick of it, we'll do a little bit of floor, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah. For the next, I guess, couple days, perhaps we'll just be grinding this and seeing how much we can do.
Yeah, log on, build trees, log on, build trees. It's probably going to be my daily routine for the foreseeable future, but...
Beautiful.
Oh, cool.
Let's hopefully make some serious progress.
Yeah, hopefully. Alright, enough lollygagging. We're working on the forest right now, but I think it's time to do some of these. Now, we'll put east... I guess that'd be east or wester, but to make it rhyme would be east or wester. But, yeah, I guess. But, to... Aw, thanks, Moosh. But to honor Moosh, who's on the server right now, I know, a rare opportunity, we are going to be doing the SOA one right now. So, what we are probably going to need is we're probably going to need some armor stands. See, isn't this nice, guys? Isn't this nice where I know everything is now? Some of the SOA heads. Alright. So, I think that's all the heads we need. You know what? I'm just gonna stay as LTP for a little bit. I don't care. So, grab all my stuff. Don't load shopping districts. Ah. He fell to his death earlier. So, that's why he doesn't want me to load the shopping district. Because I'm guessing his stuff is there. So now what we can do is we can go up here and we can... what kind of floor do we want for this? Oh, I kind of need to go to the shopping district, or sorry, shopping district. Because that's where the SOA building is. I need to know what kind of floors there are. Okay. Think he's got his stuff, so we can look at the floor real quick. And then in here it's just like gray concrete, cyan terracotta. You could do like cyan terracotta around the base and like gray concrete powder in the middle. Yeah, we can do that.
It's Lori.
No, it's not. It's not Lowry.
Ooh, firework rockets. I'll take some of those.
No, you won't.
I love stealing.
I love thievery.
This is your base, hey?
Yeah, this is my storage system. Work in progress.
Okay.
So yeah, this is, I mean, you saw them coming in, but these are the memory pods.
Whoa.
So this one is the one reserved for the SOA.
This is amazing. So they're like little pods growing off the vines and stuff.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
So they're just gonna be like little mini builds to represent different like story arcs and moments.
Oh
And
yeah.
events. Let's see. So Spaghetti King on the middle. I'll be the one looking onward. Oh my god. Which one do you want to be?
I want to be the one next to Spaghetti.
On the left or right? His left or right?
I like the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's get show arms on all of them.
Is that really all the members? Wow.
Yeah.
Not really a lot of us.
Well, I forgot Lori originally, so
Uh,
should I have you guys? Should I have you holding up spaghetti with Will?
yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not gonna do this for all of them because it's not really that interesting. Some of it, I might do some of them on stream, but I just want to show you, especially the first one, just to show you my, like, my thought process behind making them. That doesn't, the thing is that it's all about perspective, right? Because that doesn't touch. However, it, from this angle, which we're primarily going to be viewing it from, like, this angle, it looks like he's holding them. So we can kind of cheat a little bit. And then what we basically want to do is we want to switch, basically copy the same thing here, but just do it kind of opposite, you know? Now, it really doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because in reality, this is like a snapshot of a moment, right? And, you know, people aren't going to be perfectly synced up in the same poses, right? So it's like, it's similar enough, but they're not going to be perfect, right? What we could do is have me going like that. Kind of look, we could have him kind of looking up at spaghetti. And then maybe I could be like hands on head. The right leg, the legs are going to be, are always going to have to be shifted, right? Because the legs are never going to be just directly straight. Let's see, what should Lori and LTP be doing? We could do a face palm, so LTP could be doing a face palm. Musha doing some of that. And then he would have to go disable gravity. He would have to go down. Yeah, I like this. I think this is a good representation of what this group felt like. Now, we need the hard part of making the clothes right. Now, this is going to be tricky. Oh, this is really cute from the outside. This is really cute. What does it look like from over here? Oh, I actually really like this. Oh, wait, what? I actually like this so much. This is making me smile. Okay. Okay, I really like it. I really like it. But let's get some clothes on him, because we don't want him to just stay like that. Guys, this is, oh, forgot I'm Lori. This is gonna sound like really mopey and stuff, but like, genuinely, doing these memories and stuff, like, I'm genuinely so happy that I joined this server. Like, these are people that I can call my friends. Every single one of them are amazing people. And I'm just so proud with everything we've done this season. And it's sad to see the season go, right? It's sad. Everything needs to change. And it's sad to see what everything we've worked for go. But I think seeing things like this shows that, like, even though the world's gone, right? We still have the memories of this season. It's not all the way gone. So, yeah, I'm a bit emotional right now, but whew, I think just doing that one little pod, even though it's literally not even finished, it really holds the idea of this base and the purpose of this base and the message it conveys. All right, and that is the SOA pod pretty much done. We have everyone in here doing their own respective pose with their own respective shirt color, except for Will, because Will removed his skin off of Name MC, and I don't know what his shirt. Actually, I have a recording. One sec. Now it's finished. There we go, and we're back to regular old me. Now I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I'm really happy with this. And I hope now it kind of gives you the perspective on what this really gonna feel like. You know, what this is kind of meant to be. So, I'm probably not gonna record any of the other ones, like me, the process of doing them. But I just wanted to do at least one on camera so you guys know, like, the work it takes and, you know, like I said earlier, the thought process behind them. So, yeah. Alright, so a few updates here. One, we have gotten 2 of the 5 pods now in. So, if we look over here, obviously I did this on camera, so you can see the SOA stuff. And this book right here is actually my original SOA invite. So that's why that's in there. And then over here is the disc prank. So it's me, Will, and Aziel's kind of, you know, giving a false helping hand to Fuzi, who's going crazy. But yeah, I have not done the Easter or Christmas or super secret one yet. Obviously, there's a reason why I haven't done the super secret one yet. But that's not all the progress we have done. Now, if we come down here, the storage system is officially finished. So, over here, you can look, you see this has all of my diamonds. This is... Oh no. There's a hole there. Oh, there's a hole there too. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. But other than those 2 holes, this is fully filled in. And in this barrel are some special diamond things. So obviously we just have regular diamonds. We have the Duckies diamonds from April Fools. We have tiers, which I think was just paid for in my shop. We have the royalty diamonds paid by Free Spaghetti. That was from, I believe, when Spaghetti was getting my head and I made him pay for my likeness. Mooshman's and Very Undiamonds. Very Undiamonds was just payment. Mooshman's is diamonds from Musha. So, over here we have all the special heads that I have. Now, some of these are special, specifically the ones of me. You might be wondering, that's not that special. You can get those easily. Well, the reason why they're special is because of who killed me to get them and who they actually are. So this one was killed by Sir Oinksalot, which is LTP's cam account. So that's a bit of a feat. And this one is not actually my head. It is Spaghetti's head killed by himself. So that's why those are in there. The rest of these are pretty rare heads that, you know, not a lot of people have. And then over here we have just some miscellaneous stuff. So we have the roast beast from the Christmas event, some Blargnov spaceship glass, the 21.5 Jack IOUs, some music discs, all my invites to the hunt for the golden whimsy, the feather for the parrot cake shot and killed, a ratatouille chocolate bar, and my season pass for the Endermender. And then over here, pretty self-explanatory, we have my wall of mini whimsies. So yeah, this basically completes my entire storage area. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I feel very accomplished with what I've done. Now, me and Toby have been working steadily on the forest. And I'm not going to show you it right now because I'm just going to go ahead and show you it when it's finished. But we are very, very close to getting it finished. All right. And the forest, at least for the trees, is finished. So if we go around here, you can see the trees wrap all the way around, and then they wrap all the way around over here. Now, the only thing left to do for this part is to get in the forest floor. But other than that, it's all finished. And then we just have these three, and that's our entire base done. Now, I am going to end off the episode here. And that is because, one, man, this is a doozy of an episode. And two, a lot of people are on right now. And that is because we will be doing what is going to end up in this memory pod. And so next episode will be the Whimsicraft Season 1 finale. So, you want to go see what's happening? Go subscribe, turn notifications on, and hopefully I'll see you guys very, very soon for the huge conclusion of Whimsicraft Season 1. So, I'll see you guys in the next one, and toodles.